It's that time again. It's time to talk about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, this story came out a couple days ago. This is in regards to their booth at a Japan Expo that was in Paris, France. They've already had some problems. If you guys recall, they had literally a katana from One Piece being represented as Yusuke's samurai sword, and they've been getting a lot of flack since then. Well, apparently their booth at this Paris Japanese Expo received next to no traffic, which is fitting with how big of a backlash that this game has been getting for quite some time, especially from Japanese game players. Japanese players, I see y'all. I've seen y'all coming in and joining the ABE Nation, and I've also seen that there's almost 89,000 signatures on this petition that was made by the Japanese gamers, right? People want to say, oh, it's just a right-wing grift. All the grifters are the only ones angry about it. Nobody else cares about it except you and Grummz and him. No, there's 89,000, nearly 89,000 followers from the land of the rising sun, from Japan, which is the country that is being represented in Assassin's Creed Shadows. If you guys don't remember, they feel disrespected as a culture. And that is what is the main thing about all this. Why I've been making videos about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Why I've been calling it out, because they're whack at this point. They can't get anything right. Well, anyways, here's some photos from the Japanese Expo at Paris, France, right? And it's been translated. It says the other booths were crowded, but the Assassin's Creed Shadow booth was, as you can see. The chairs were used as resting spots. I wonder if the French are angry too. Now, possibly, who knows? That's all speculation, but you can see in these photos next to nobody in the booth back there. And then here's literally people sitting in benches looking away from the video. This is a cinematic trailer that's already out there. The same cinematic trailer that has been dislike bombed in the background back there. You can see people are literally using it as a resting spot, looking away. So, yeah, not a good sign. Their big banger game, besides Star Wars Outlaws, Ubisoft is literally relying on Star Wars Outlaws and Assassin's Creed Shadows to carry them this year. They're two banger killer apps, and you're seeing empty booths in Paris, France, one of the biggest cities in the world, right? At a Japanese expo with a game that's representing Japan culture that they got completely wrong. Again, remember this petition, almost 89,000 signatures as of recording this video, started by a Japanese YouTuber, started by Japanese gamers, and it's going out there. It's going viral. It's blasting. And the lefties, they're upset by this. They think, oh, it's just a bunch of grifters that are complaining, and these are just people that weren't going to buy the game anyway. Look, when you're starting to see booths get shit for buying stuff that's not historically accurate, you could see the katana and mask are just horrible. You can see that they had a One Piece samurai sword that literally was from One Piece, and they tried to represent it as historically accurate. They were getting shit on this, and that's on top of all the other stuff in the video game, like lanterns and banners and artwork and decorations that aren't used with permission. They used a Japanese reenactment's flag in the background, and then on top of that, they also have historically inaccurate designs, decorations, even stuff wrong with the seasons, like different plants that are growing out of season in here. It almost seems like they did next to no research when it comes to developing this game. And you hate to see it because, again, I was always a big fan of Assassin's Creed in the past. I played the hell out of Origins, Valhalla, and also Odyssey. And I was looking forward to this game, but then you just see how pathetic they were with trying to fill in the DEI checkboxes, with having Yusuke, who wasn't even a samurai, who has no historical significance. His history has been embellished by the woke agenda just because he's a person of color. And there's nothing wrong with having a protagonist be a black character in a video game, but when you're obviously using it to inject some kind of stupid woke narrative from that gentleman, I think his name was Thomas Lockley, who's made this embellishment that all these wokies are using now. He's also gone into hiding, by the way. Thomas Lockley has I guess, made Yusuke into some kind of historical figure when that's not even the real case. So let's look at this tweet from Grummz, everybody's favorite Grummz. Love how much he triggers people. You can see, just got a report from someone at Japan Expo. Ubisoft staff are asking that anyone using the seats at the Assassin's Creed Shadow booth to turn around to face their screen. People are using them as benches to watch the much more popular Nintendo booth across the way. Oh, God. And again, here's some of the images. You know, the Nintendo booth over here. You can see Luigi's Mansion. You can see other games. Paper Mario in the background over here. People are literally using it as a rest stop. A rest stop to look at their games. And, I mean, just look at that. Ubisoft, may the odds be forever in your favor when you have a company that has banger after banger like Nintendo right next to you, and you have a game like Assassin's Creed Shadows where you guys just can't do anything right when it comes to the game. Now, let's look at the comment section. You can see they're getting roasted. Japanese. Here's an Italian that we make fun of, but he's lovable and your favorite hero. Ubisoft. Here's a horrible take on Japan, and we hate everyone who doesn't agree. Remember, they have a black character killing Japanese NPCs, literally beheading them to rap music. Somebody okayed that. Somebody said that was cool. Like, how tone deaf can you be? Now, you can see they keep digging. I can't tell you how many expo booths I've run. You never tell potential customers what to do in your booth. If they want to sit on your booth chairs to relax, wait for an appointment with a competitor, or watch the action of a crowded nearby booth, you allow it. And you make that person happy by offering something to drink or eat. God, their brand/marketing teams are morons. They're getting eaten alive here. LMFAO, everything as it should be. Ha ha ha, this is a fail of epic proportions. No hype whatsoever for the Blackwash game set in Japan. This is hilarious. Ubisoft offended an entire nation and then wonder why at an expo in that nation they're not popular. Well, just to clarify, this was in France, not in Japan, but I definitely don't think they would have the balls to do one in Japan. And you can see Ubisoft reaping what it sowed. They lost. Well, that's hilarious. DEI for the win. Yeah, getting totally eaten up. Totally eaten up. So what's funny is when you hear people say that it's Grumm's fault. I've literally heard that. It's because of guys like Grummz and other grifters that there's this outrage. Because they don't think that you guys, the consumers, could think for yourselves. They don't think that all 89,000 of these actual Japanese gamers can think for themselves, guys. That's why they hate quote-unquote grifters, because they go out of the echo chamber. These guys can't fathom that people are able to think and be individuals for themselves because they are all in an echo chamber of wokeness. They can't fathom the thought that people are disgusted in this. Like, literally, this petition says the lack of historical accuracy and cultural respect has been a serious issue regarding the upcoming game. They can't fathom the fact that Japanese gamers are pissed. That's why they're upset. That's why they're crying. It's ridiculous to see. And they're blaming people like Grummz as the reason why. Like this one person could change everything, right? It's actually quite flattering to think that people that are against grifts and grifters, such as myself, Grummz, Hypnotic, you name it, that we hold that much influence when people could think for themselves. I've never said, let's cancel a game. I'm only reporting the stupid stuff that Ubisoft has been doing about this, reporting the complaints that people are having. I don't like it. I have every right to voice it. That's why it's my platform. It's not a grift. Imagine thinking somebody's opinion is a grift. What a sad state to have a mindset of. Now you can see, here's another shot of the booth. They're showing exclusive gameplay, but it's the same video they already posted to YouTube. If you stay till the very end, they give you a bag of goodies. So this is the trailer that's already been disliked. You can see John Del Rose, shout out, says this game is DOA. Base Fire Ant says, I bet it's trash. Dropsy says, I missed the booth babes. I feel bad for the dude trapped at the booth all day. Imagine having to work at this booth. Free Rorona Soro swords with every acknowledging glance. They should give away the free One Piece thing. They spent a lot of money showering influencers with goodies and plum sponsorships. Look, bag of goodies. L Ubisoft. Low energy booth. This is not how you sell. Bag of goodies. A note begging you to use Epic Games. Some stickers that last less than 24 hours. And a sticky notepad that's only 20 pages. Ubisoft would be broke without Epic Games paying them. Oh, man. And of course, you know, there's other things like, again, an actual Japanese politician by the name of Satoshi Hamada is going to take all of the concerns of generative AI, wrongfully historically accurate items in the game, other things that are culturally disrespectful to the national diet of Japan. So it's so funny when you try to see people that are like, oh, it's just a whole bunch of right-wingers complaining about it, when it's actual Japanese politicians, Japanese gamers going to the government and presenting this. This is big. This still is a developing story with this Japanese government thing looking into it. But I'm telling you, if this is any kind of significance to the game and its influence in Japan, it might be bigger backlash than anything, especially when you consider just how big this petition is getting at this point. Now, yeah, the game is coming out no matter what. It's not going to be canceled. It's not going to be canceled, but it's good that people are voicing their concerns, their opinion, and you should never want to cancel that. You should never want to censor people. You should never want to label people as grifters just because they're not happy with your video game. But the lefties don't understand that. So, yeah, a big fail at the Japanese Expo booth in Paris, France. Man, this game literally keeps on giving content. It hasn't even come out yet. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll see you on the next one.